XRP has a potential once in a lifetime, one last incredible buying that could potentially very close to panning out. I'm going to cover what that is in this video, what I'm seeing on the charts and what I'm smelling out as what could be the last and major fire sale on XRP, along with I've been up all night. I've been down the rabbit hole, and man, there's an incredible opportunity that I've noticed it, but I can't believe I didn't dig into it a little bit deeper. But I'm going to share with you what that opportunity is and what I've been seeing as far as incredible life-changing gains in matters of days that you've probably caught wind on in the past weeks or so, but in my opinion is far from over. So we're going to cover that, as well as why I think it could potentially be a Solana summer and an overall crypto market cool down. And it's going to really be dependent on what Bitcoin does and some key narratives that are coming up, some key potential catalysts coming up that I'm going to share with you as far as what those are and when those are happening, as a potential time frame or a date where we could see some volatility or maybe some excitement kick back into the market, or disappointment. So let's get into it. It is Thursday, June 27th, 5:07 a.m. And we're going to go over this market update and everything that I was talking about at the beginning of this video. So let's first start off with Bitcoin here. So on the 1-day chart, we got some pretty positive signs at the moment on a 1-day chart, which is a medium time frame though. We can't disregard what's still happening on the higher time frames. But the signal that is flashing, and for the Stargate VIPs who have access to the Stargate custom indicators, I've been using the 7G multi-time frame Stargate signals a lot recently, and spot on. Really, like if you want to eliminate a lot of extra signals and a lot of noise, and you really, especially when you look to the left to be able to gauge how the signals could pan out to the right. In a bull market, the 1-day prepare to buy soons and buy nows are incredible by the dip opportunities. In the bottom right hand corner, you see the table. So remember, 9-hour chart. If it's green, there's a prepare to buy soon. The 11-hour chart, it's blue, so it already had a buy now. The 12-hour chart has a prepare to buy soon. The 1-day chart has a prepare to buy soon. The 2-day chart has a prepare to buy soon. And the most recent 3-day and 4-day signal was a sell now. And that was likely, if we look at the top up here. Yeah, over here back in March. And we actually just got a short exit from that short entry in early March as well too, which is massive. But I've been using it a lot recently because it cuts out all the extra kind of signals. So like if we throw on the Stargate screener, and I'll show you how you can get it to really cut out all the extra signals in the Stargate screener. So right now you can see it has a lot of extra signals. Like there was a prepare to buy soon, buy now back here. There wasn't many multiples back here, but you can see there's a lot of vertical green lines versus just on the 7G, there is just one green line that came in here. What you can do if you have access, go to the settings, and all you got to do is uncheck the show warning signals at the top, and then it will look just like what the 7G is flashing. As you can see here, that's one thing that you can do. But I like using the 7G because there's a couple extra key signals as well too. And the buy nows and sell nows come quicker. So I've been using the 7G a lot. And if you want to learn more about it, as a Stargate VIP, how to use it in the course videos for the Stargate indicators, it'll give you a tutorial, but you guys should have access to this. The 7G indicator, vertical green, prepare to buy soon, is flashed a couple days ago when Bitcoin had that dip below 60K. And the last time we seen that signal come in was January. The previous time before that was August. So as you can see here, local bottom. This could be potentially lining up to be a local bottom. Even back here in May, we had a prepare to buy soon and buy now. We did pop up. We did go a little bit lower with the June SEC FUD, but then ultimately popped up. We even had a prepare to buy soon, buy now, March 2023 with the banking crisis. And back here with FTX, we had a prepare to buy soon right at the bottom when it hit 15.6K. Had the buy now, it was the bottom, we went up. So we're talking about for 2 years now. I mean, it's only just one prepare to buy soon and buy now. And then we at least know that, hey, we could just be going sideways, stable for longer. In some cases, a tiny bit lower for longer. But we can say, all right, most of the selling is done when that buy now comes in. So right now, what we don't have is that buy now. So we're still cautious. But as you can see, buy now came in, bang, that was the bottom. We started firing up. So you see the signal flash. Last time we seen it flash was about 150 days ago. And then before that one, it was about 150 days to the T. And then let's see over here, it was 100 days. So it doesn't flash so often. Then over here was around 70 days. And then before that, it was around 120 days. So you can say there's an average of 3 months for this prepare to buy soon to flash. And when it does, usually that's a good time to start accumulating back in when that buy now comes. Huge signal, but we're not yet out of the woods. We need to see the 1 day buy now come in. And right now we're not quite close. We need to see Bitcoin breach above 63K to get closer to that buy now coming. What I want to see is if we're going to say, hey, we at least have a local bottom here, it's confirmed, us break back above 63.5K, hold that support for a weekly candle close. Because as you can see here, that was our breakdown point at 63.5K. If we can come back up, hold it as support, then that could have very much been the bottom. And then maybe we come up for 69K to 70K, maybe put a lower high in at that point and then roll over. And if we ultimately do go lower, I would expect us to at least have a relief bounce before that point. So 63.5K must get above, and then we'll find some trouble around 67 to 69K. Once we get there, we'll talk about it. Until then, direction and momentum is still to the downside until we get a 1 day buy now. And if you go out to higher timeframes, like a 2-week chart, in the previous video I did, you know what we're watching, that 2-week cross up, same with the TSI, as well as the 1 week, so the previous video covered that for the higher timeframes and how the momentum is not in our favor right now, but it stems from the 1 day chart. So we need to see that 1 day buy now come in. So that's that as far as Bitcoin goes, and how very huge signal, and even seeing a 2 day prepare to buy soon as well too, massive. You can see what happens on the left happens on the right. Right in the middle here, we have our anchor. And then to the left, it's like symmetry. You can see that this wick right here matched up with this wick right here. So we filled the symmetry. So as far as this could be the bottom, it could be the bottom, but we need to wait for more confirmation. But the last time we had a 2 day prepare to buy soon was not even on that January dip, but this dip back in August. And then the one back in the FTX collapse. So we've only seen this signal flash twice since November 2022. So you're talking in a year and a half, we're seeing it right now. So very solid. So we have signs of, most of the selling might be done, a local bottom come in and a pop up. We know what levels to go. That's Bitcoin. Now let's look at Bitcoin dominance, because on the 3-week chart, this market structure ribbon, it's hugging the bottom of it. If we break down from there, we could see a nice rally from alts, but that doesn't mean that they can't go to a moment that I'm going to share as far as XRP goes. Because if we look back here, you can see January 2020, we see Bitcoin dominance breakdown. I remember that like it was yesterday. Alts had a nice rally from like January 2020 up until around March-ish of 2020. And then we saw a little bit of a rally back up to retest. Like if we came down and then retested the market structure ribbon, because it's now starting to curl over like that. That was the COVID crash. It's not like the Bitcoin dominance went higher than the previous points. It just had a little pop up, but it was devastation at the time. 50% blood across the board type of thing. And there could be a potential scenario that could be lining up here for that to be the case. I don't know what the catalyst would be, but something is definitely fishy as far as a potential scenario. Could be the best buying opportunity before the next leg of this run up though. So I'm watching this as far as Bitcoin dominance, looking at the 3-week chart as far as momentum. It's close to rolling over, but that doesn't mean it just sinks right down. It will likely be a move down, then a move up, and then the big move down for the parabolic altcoin run where everything goes up. So that's Bitcoin dominance. Then looking at others, the crypto total market cap, we do have some prepare to buy soons, but I want to look at it on the 7G. We do have a 1-day prepare to buy soon. Last time we flashed that was October 2023 when the buy now flash. It was late October, and that's what kickstarted this rally up. So positive signs right there as far as that goes. We'll want to see a 1-day buy now to know that, all right, we're likely good to go. Last time we saw it before October was in May. We did have one move down in June, but ultimately it was sideways or a little bit lower for longer, and then we sent it. So very solid seeing that sign, but we need to see that 1-day buy now kick in. That's for the others market cap. Then looking at, this is a little tip. If you want to find altcoins that are outperforming the altcoin market cap as a collective like others, look at the coin against others market cap. This is fetch.ai against the others market cap, and you can see it's been Tron's been one of the outperformers, and it's quite evident looking at the USD chart, but even looking at it against the others market cap as a collective, you can see higher highs, higher lows. These are the type of coins you want to get into, especially going into this next leg of the bull run where it gets parabolic. So that's a little tip right there. XRP, I want to get into it. But before I do get into it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and share this with every XRP holder because they need to be prepared for what could happen. And I'll tell you how it could happen as far as what needs to happen for XRP to do this. But before I jump into that, let me cover some potential catalysts, some things that are coming up that you guys need to be aware of, which is tomorrow there's some big macroeconomic data that is coming out, which will throw some volatility in the market. It's Friday as well too. The past Fridays haven't been the best. Maybe this Friday we see a change with that as far as if the macro data is favorable. But actually tonight we have a presidential debate. Thursday, June 27th, that's today. If crypto is a part of the conversation, you could be seeing some action. You could be seeing some action, volatility during that. Macroeconomic data Friday, so tomorrow in the morning, very likely. And then ETH spot ETF approval, July 3rd. It's supposedly being rumored and very likely to happen, which is next week. So we have a lot of events and catalysts coming up just in the next couple today, tomorrow, and then next week. Then you have the 4th of July too. Maybe we'll see some fireworks. So that's needs to be on your radar as far as catalysts and everything like that. Now, XRP, right? There's definitely the momentum on XRP on higher time frames looks god awful. I'm just going to keep it straight. The momentum on a 2-week chart rolling back over below that zero line in the TSI. When we roll back, you're talking April of 2022. A few months later, it was the bear market bottom, where we saw XRP go from like 72 cents to 30 cents, and that was ultimately the bottom. That's a 2-week chart. Then also too, back here in July 2018, we entered the bear market. And then when we get above the zero line, October 2020, the bull market. And then over here, July 2023, the bull market. But XRP, although everything's been in a bull market, XRP has been one of the least performing like crypto. So everything has an allotted time to make a move. If the coin doesn't move aggressively up and it just stays sideways, when it's time for all the time decay has happened and coins now need to come back down. If the coin went sideways during the time when it was supposed to go up, it's likely going to get hammered when the time for it to go down is, because everything moves in cycles up and down. So during this down period, XRP is starting to look like it could be a bloodbath here soon. And XRP, looking at it, is now sucked back into the belly of the beast. It broke below the 786. So when you break a 786, whether it be to the upside or to the downside, where can you target? The 2618, at least the 2618, at least on the micro fib as well too, the red one. So with basically a month and a half of closing below this key 53 cent level, the odds are getting likelier for XRP to have a mean breakdown to 24 cents potentially. And I believe that would only happen though if Bitcoin breaches below 58K, makes a new low, maybe comes down to low 50K or maybe high 40s. That's how I would see that scenario playing out. I don't think XRP is just roguely going to go and drop 50% or 40%. It would have to be a market-wide sell-off or event that causes the space to get some blood into it. But I would believe that whatever happens after that point would be the ultimate bottom before the next leg up. And the next leg up, these things will recover fast and we'll be right back to where we were in no time. So what I'm seeing here is we have that 786. We're stuck below it. We can, if we get above 53, well, more or less 57 cents, we're likely safe. If we can close a couple weekly candles above that level, ideally getting above 67 cents is where we want to be at. But the longer we stay below this level, the 53 cents, the likelier it's looking like, downside is imminent, especially because now we're closing below this gray snake, the moving average on the snake. So I have some levels marked here. And if we go to even a monthly chart, because actually another key thing to watch out for is the end of this week is that a weekly candle close, a monthly candle close, and a 3-month candle close. And usually we see trend accelerations or reversals on quarterly candles. So, we got a lot of things lining up. That's what I like to say. The stars are lining here. On a 1-month chart, we're seeing the MACD flip red, yo. We're seeing it flip red. The TSI crossing down below that zero line. And this confirms in a little bit. 3-month chart. I mean, we're getting a mean dark red MACD print, and we're seeing that stock RSI come down here. So it's not looking too hot at the moment, and that could be lining up for an immense buying opportunity. The last one before I think we see it go boom, and and then let's say we see that this moment of a capitulation. I mean, at that point, if we saw XRP at 24 cents, but first let me just cover that. For it to get down and that to be possible to 24 cents, we would come down to 37 cents first. And if we go down to that level fast, and we see momentum still rapidly accelerating to the downside, at that point, that 24 cents is likely at that point. But first we have the bigger fib, which is the bear market low in 2022 to the top that we put in July. The 786 is at 37 cents there. So we do have that though to hold first. So that's that. But let's say we did drop down to 38 cents, even 38 cents. So many people are over XRP. It's not even funny. I mean, I'm slightly over it as far as like, it's did nothing in the uptrend. And for it to be at levels that you haven't even seen since last year, more than a year ago, with the advent of everything happened and stuff like that, it's despicable. But it's the game that we play, and I believe it's for overall long-term reason. Suppression of the price, try to just really squeeze all the non-believers out of it. It's a long play. It's always been a long play. So I believe that would be a max pain moment. All the non-believers would dump it at 37 cents, and most people, even believers, would dump it at 25 cents. And that would be the moment where you see something that comes out. Maybe they finally settle the remainder of this case around August, September, and then bang, it shoots back up and then it goes. That's how I see it happening. And usually XRP doesn't bottom out and head to a big move up without a capitulation move down. It's, you can't have the sun without the rain. So I think we could be seeing some rain coming in here soon for XRP, and that could be a foreshadowing of what could happen with the rest of this market as well too. I don't think it would be a sole move out of XRP. Another thing that's lining up is, and I didn't want to say it, but another potential area where we could go to is from like 12 cents to 15 cents. And that's where really the incredible opportunity is. I remember buying XRP for 7 on the dollar back here on that COVID dip. It's going to be hard to buy in that moment, but you'll know, and that's why I want to get this video out, that it's not the end of the world. We know where this stuff is going. It's a once in a lifetime, last time generational fire sale buying opportunity for the inevitable to come next. It's hard to buy this, right? But now that you know, you can be prepared for it if this scenario were to happen. I'm not saying it's 100%. It's a possibility. But yeah, so let me go back to that monthly chart. And because we have a couple things here. Upon the breakdown of that 786 at 53 cents, we have the 4236 extension at 12 cents. We have the 1618 extension of the bear market June 2022 low to the high point that we set in July 2023. We have that 1618 at 14 cents, and we have the 3618 of that 786 here. So that's why I shaded this zone, because we have confluence there. Usually you break a 786, you can always really target that 2618. If it's heavy of a move, like a strong move, then usually it will come to that 4236. And if we were to do that, we would come down and we'd actually touch some trend lines as support. So we had this trend line coming down. Let me go to, I think it was like a 2-week chart I was on, or it was actually a 2-month chart, 3-week chart maybe. Yeah, so 3-week chart. So I took this and kind of put it across of, this was like a sharp move up, but really the base was right here, rejected at it, came down, held support at it. So that trend line brings us to that box, that shaded zone, as well as the resistance trend line coming down here that we broke out of brings us to that zone as well too. So when could this happen? It would likely happen in the next 1 to 2 or 3 months max. It would have to happen by that time, so it can have that confluence of hitting those trend lines, hitting all those extensions, breakdown extensions at that time. And then I would think that would be a V-shaped recovery reclaim there, and then we'd be well on our way sending it very quickly, because max pain at that moment would be to slam it to the upside. So we would also be filling like this gap down here as well too, this zone, and it would shake a ton of people out. But if you look to the past, you went up, but then you had us coming down to like the same level where we had our base at. Like if you were to say this was like a March 2020 crash, really before we had that massive move up, we came down to that level, which gave us that springboard to then go and do a 80x in 80 days type move. One thing that's on the radar though, and if we see a 8-day buy now flash, then I'd likely say that scenario of coming down to there is unlikely. But if we see the 8-day buy now flash with the Stargate screener, not the 7G, if we see that 8-day buy now flash, then likely we're out of the woods, and we can say that's not going to happen. Maybe we just come down to 38 cents and then the buy now flashes. But yeah, because that 8-day prepare to buy soon flash back here in June, flash at these local bottoms here. So we'd be out of the woods at that point in time. And I believe it would only happen if the whole market were to kind of have a rolling over moment. It's a scary moment, but believe me, prepare for it, because it's definitely a scenario possibility. Even looking at a trend line like this, if we were to take a trend line like that, that brings us down to that first zone of 38 cents. So it's a possibility. And I'm preparing for it by not buying any more XRP or any other coins besides an opportunity I'm going to share at the end of this video. But stacking cash on the side, getting ready for this fire sale, one more moment before the big run up where you can get the best tokens, blue chips, coins that were strong at fire sale discounts. So I'm preparing for that moment by stacking dry powder and just being patient and observing for now. If we see some levels being broken, like maybe even 42 cents, maybe I might let some XRP go to buy back lower. I'm not sure about that yet. What I'm doing at this moment is stacking just dry powder, not rushing into the market, just observing at this moment. So that's XRP. And that's really kind of what I wanted to cover as far as XRP goes. A couple other things go, the broader market in general, a couple tips, key signals on Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. But a Solana summer. Guys, there has been incredible opportunities. I've been down the Solana, meme coin rabbit hole, the 1000x gems, and man, I'm impressed. I'm looking at coins like Jason, like the celebrity trend that's going on with these meme coins, and if they're actually backing and promoting it, got like life-changing gains in a matter of days. And it doesn't need like you need a bet, an arm, and a leg, really. And I'll show you the returns. You had 12 hours to get it at this level. If you can spot them early, and it's on my agenda every day now to spot shit like this early and share it in the VIP Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, link is in the bio, come join it, but it's only for VIPs. If you want VIP, friend request me, Rob at Stargate Louis Leon, BBL Bobby in the Discord. Friend request me if you want to get access to premium. But ready? So you're talking, let's say you didn't get it right off the gate, but maybe you saw it 8 hours later and you bought it right here. You're talking, folks, in 3 days and 12 hours, 485 times your money. 3 days and 12 hours. We can chalk it up to be 500 times your money. For $100, if you put into it, it'd be 50 grand in 3 days. If you put 1,000 into it, $500,000 in 3 days. Unreal. So then I was looking, I was like, well, this could be a one-off event. It's not like, you're seeing this happen every couple hours or every day. Folks, there's so many of these that have happened already. Lil Pump, these celebrity Solana meme tokens. You're talking something like that came out May 30th. Let's say you saw it, maybe you bought a little up here, but then you saw it down here. And then let's say you even just waited and you bought here June 12th. You're talking from where it's at currently 14 days later, up 15x. But in a matter of a day, it went up 40 times your money in a day. $100, you're talking turning into 4K. $1,000 turning into 40K in a day. Like unreal. And then there's more. Like or whatever. Like you're talking, if you caught it early, like earlier here, June 20th to a day later, 156 times your money. $100 turning into 15,000. $1,000 turning into 150K in a day, folks. And then let's say maybe you get lucky, you hit one or two of those consecutively back to back, and you compound that. You're talking life-changing money in weeks with a small amount of cash, right? And it seems like that a lot of the money is just, a lot of people are doing this because the money ain't going into the altcoins, they ain't going into XRP, they're going into Hakta, they're going into Lil Pump, they're going into Jason, they're going into Iggy Azalea's coin, right? So a lot of there's so many tokens, there's so many different things now and not enough new money coming into the space that it's diluted. So like a pump on one of these coins, like an altcoin that you think, this is going to last, has just been kind of deflated. Then it moves to the next blue chip. But where you can make the alt season type gains, right now it's looking like it's in the Solana meme celeb kind of section, and like meme coins, these new coins popping up. So I saw the Jason example. I saw the Lil Pump example. I looked at the Iggy Azalea example with the mother token, the Hakta example. And then I'm learning how to use DEX tools and this new thing called Moonshot. And then you got something like Floppy right now. Like, there's so much opportunity. So it might be a Solana summer. I'm going to be looking and learning more about this opportunity here, because I look at it, I'm like, there's money to be made and a whole lot of it. And quickly, like even look at the sexy red. You're looking at a straight line up. It's just a matter of not getting rugged. But like even in the time that I made this video, you're talking about 127% in a matter of an hour, these celeb tokens. So I'm going to be doing deep diving on this, getting good at it, and sharing it with the Stargate VIPs in the Discord. Link is in the bio. Come join it. But I wanted you guys to be aware of the current signals and everything, as well as XRP, potential massive opportunity, doesn't mean that XRP is garbage. It's the long game. Personally, if I'm making, 100K in 2 days, that's going straight into XRP. XRP is like the digital gold. It's a variable floating stable coin, so really, if you look at the past 8 years, XRP has been an average price of like 50 cents, floating below it and above it. In a year, maybe by the end of this year, by next year, I think it will be floating above or below maybe $5. So that's why during this time, all the gains that I make get shoved into XRP as a savings, as a growth retirement fund. Because being an XRP holder for 8 years and all the things that I've seen, I know what the end game is. And even it makes me more bullish that price has been suppressed for so long, the SC case, etc., because that just goes to show it's the holy grail. So I'll leave it off at that. Subscribe, share this, whatever XRP holder you know, altcoin holder you know. If you're interested in like this opportunity here with Solana Summer, leave a comment. Let me know you're about it. And maybe I'll make some videos on it as well too. So I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.